Hello and welcome to Luke Watches. My name is Luke, obviously, and this is a brand new channel where I'm just pretty much going to be watching things and then reviewing them here. I am going to start with anime related things, and so today we're reviewing episode 1 of Jujutsu Kaisen. I've never seen it before, and honestly, I've got to say I was pleasantly surprised. Obviously, I've heard a lot about this show. It's basically everywhere. It was very good. I mean, in terms of first episodes, it's probably one of the better ones out there, to be honest. So let's just have a quick rundown. So from the very beginning of the episode, we've got Itadori and not sure what his name. I think it's Gojo. Not entirely sure. Technically, haven't really been introduced to him yet, but I've seen him in various reactions and whatnot. And so to begin with, he's bound and was he blindfolded? I don't think he was. He was chained up. I know that. It's been a couple of days since I watched the episode, since I'm recording this. But honestly, I think he was chained up and he's beaten up, and then it just sort of flashes flashbacks. That's the one, and it's one of those things where it's like, oh, a few weeks earlier or a few days earlier, and I like those things, but it sort of spoils it in a way because it's kind of like, well, you know what's coming up, but it kind of hypes you up at the same time. I do enjoy it. And so this section of the episode is pretty much just getting to know Itadori, his school life, and basically because he's a high school student, as most anime characters seem to be. That's just something that happens in anime. Everyone's 15 and built like a brick shithouse. Unless you're a female and then you're either a lolly that's 300 years old or some ridiculously over the top thick woman, which is there's no in between. But hey ho. And I digress actually. And for this part of the episode, it's quite good because it was a bit like, well, how do you go from normal school kid to being tied up and beaten? And so here we got to meet his friends, which, by the way, can I just say, one of his friends' designs. There's a lot of really cool characters in this show, from what I've seen. And his friend legitimately gives me nightmares. He's like... Okay, take Brock, for example, from Pokemon, who never opens his eyes. Well, Itadori's friend doesn't open his eyes either. But the thing is, Itadori's friend just looks a lot creepier. I'm sorry, but he does. Besides that, everyone else looks pretty cool. And I'm pretty happy with the way they look. So, after we get introduced to Itadori as a character and his school life, we then go to the... What's it called? Hospital. That's the one. And we meet his grandfather, who is obviously very ill. And you sort of get a different side of him, because the part when he's at school and he's having a laugh and everything with his friends, and then when he goes to the hospital and he's with his grandfather, it's a lot more serious and probably emotional, I'd probably say. I did really enjoy this part of the episode actually. The interaction between the both of them, it felt very realistic. The sort of way you'd act and the conversations you'd have with a loved one when they're going through something like that. So that I did enjoy that. And then after the whole nice thing, Itadori is introduced to the suspicious guy that's been going around. I can't entirely remember what his name is. And then he tells him about curses and all this different thing, because that's how this world operates. Is there's like curses, and I don't know if that's got something to do with like demons and whatnot. I can't fully remember. and I need to continue watching, which I'm hoping to do. But anyway, he introduces all this to Itadori, and Itadori sort of catches on relatively quickly. I mean, I assume it's pretty much for the benefit of the viewer here. And then, again, we skip forward. Not really skip forward, but we skip ahead, I should say, to Itadori's friends, looking at this bandaged up finger. And you can obviously tell it's a curse. I'm pretty sure it's actually mentioned that it's a curse. And they're looking at it and doing what you shouldn't be doing and opening the damn thing. And then all this crazy stuff happens with this creature, which I'm assuming is a curse. I'm pretty sure it's mentioned. It's a curse. Which, can I just say, is uglier than Itadori's friend. And that's saying something because, damn. But I digress. The creature design was incredible. Genuinely very nightmare-inducing. Even Danny, even trying to get used to the camera, even Danny here was pleasantly surprised by how the creature looked. And so obviously it's chasing them around the school and whatnot. I'm assuming it wants the finger and the curse. And so then Itadori sort of runs off, and so does this other guy, and they go into the school because of this curse. And by the time this black-haired guy, again, I'm sorry, I can't fully remember his name at this point. As soon as he gets there, he summons 2 wolves, which is pretty cool. As far as some summonings go, it's you know, it's cool, but it isn't at the same time. I do like wolves, so I suppose I'll give it to that. But anywho, he summons them and then is helping fight the monster. Because at this point, the curse monster thing has captured Itadori's friends. And so obviously he's using the wolves to fight it and try and get the upper hand. All of a sudden, Itadori smashes through the window like an absolute mad lad. And kicks the guy straight in the face. Not black-haired dude, the curse. I've just called him the guy for whatever reason. And he sort of hits him and then pulls out his friends. And then there's this whole little sequence. It's like, wow, Itadori's bit of a monster here. And then I think they defeated that monster. Well, that curse. Sorry, I'm now probably triggering people here, but they defeated that curse. And then, when you think it's all over, boom, another one attacks. And this one's even bigger. You know, it actually sort of reminds me of when I first watched Bleach back in like 2010 maybe? I can't remember. It was a while ago. And the Hollows first showed up and they were creepy and all this kind of stuff. It reminded me of that, and I really like that. You know, I like that sort of ghoulish aesthetic, and whoa, it's very, very nice. Well, anywho, right, this thing comes out and it's absolutely slapping around Itadori and this other guy. I really need to remember his name. You know what? Give me 1 second, I'm going to look it up. Well, I know what it is now. It's Megumi. I'm going to keep this up, just probably because I'm going to forget. But anywho, so he's attacking Itadori and Megumi. That could be his last name, actually. Fushiguro is potentially his first name. I can't fully remember. Well, anywho, so this creature is attacking, and my god, can I just say, when I first saw this, it low-key blew my mind. I might put a little bit of the clip in here. I'm not entirely sure, because I did record myself watching it. Oh, it was so good. What in the sweet anime Jesus is going on right now? So anywho, so Itadori and this Megumi guy, they're getting absolutely demolished by this curse. And then Itadori goes to fight it, and Megumi's like, oh, look dude, you can't, it's a curse, only curses can beat curses. And so eventually this monster catches Itadori, and I mean, it looks like he's about to kill him. God damn it, Windows updates. But yeah, it looks like he's about to kill him, right? And then he pulls out the cursed finger. And what does the mad lad do? He eats the damn thing. Literally eats a dead finger. And so Megumi's freaking out now because he's just eaten a cursed object, which, well, if media is taught us anything, eating anything that's cursed and wrinkled and looks like a finger, bad idea. So he does that, and then all of a sudden, one-shots this curse. And it's like, oh, okay, what just happened? And so Itadori turns round, and he's got extra eyes, claws, and has been taken over by the cursed object. Because apparently this cursed object is the finger of some demon guy. Again, like I said, it's been a couple of days, so I can't fully remember. And can I just say, this guy is incredibly creepy and very, very, very disturbing. Because he's like, yo, there's women and there's children crawling. There we go, I can talk. Crawling around like maggots. And I'm assuming he wants to go and murder them all. And then Itadori fights back and gains consciousness again. Control consciousness. We're going to say control. He gains control of his body again, which is apparently not supposed to happen because this guy's a cursed, very powerful cursed being. And he's surprised that Itadori. And then it ends with the episode with this Fushiguro or Megumi guy saying that he's going to kill him because he's a curse now. And yeah, that's pretty much the end of the episode. I'm assuming that leads into Itadori being bound and whatnot. But we'll find out. So, what can I say about this episode? Pacing was actually pretty good. A lot of first episodes try and rush a lot of things and cram a lot of things in. But this was quite good because it explained things at a nice pace. It showed Itadori's personal life and what he's like with his friends, and then obviously the whole part with his grandfather, which I really liked that bit. And then obviously we had the cool curse monster things and the whole fight bit between them. And it gave you exposition, but it also gave you a lot of fights. And you can't really complain about that now, can you? So can I also say that the theme song for this thing absolutely slaps. It really does. I would play a bit now, but I'm scared I'd get copyright claimed. I might get copyright claimed anyway, but not even sure what's going to be happening. This video might not go up. We'll find out. But I will give this episode 8 Itadoris out of 10. Which, for a first episode, I don't want to start off too high and give them a 10. Because then, well, where are you going to go from that? But I really enjoyed it. It was really cool. And so, yeah, I'll give it 8. Every time I do a review or anything, no matter what it is, I will be giving it a rating using a character and whatnot. So, it probably rambled on, but this is the first episode. I'm getting used to it. But I hope you did enjoy this and hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.